Hey y'all, it's Miriam here in the Paper Wheels studio. Today as I told you in my last video, I'm working on getting this craft room organized, and I ran into some things here, some of these brightly colored envelopes that I have. So I'm like, not sure, that pink's a little bit bright, even for the baby girl journal. So I probably will never use these in a journal as they are. So I've got, these brightly fluorescent envelopes here. I'm going to lay those here to the side. I also have some brightly colored bookmarks. They were fluorescent colors. They're even, one of them's kind of faded at the top, which I kind of like because I didn't like it when it was so bright. It's this was the original color, so it really did fade quite a bit. Turn it over and it's faded on the back. I suppose I could put them all out in the sun and let sun bleach them, but I don't think that would happen because these are so old. It would probably take forever to get them all bleached out and discolored good. I also have a bunch of these tags, so I'm going to kind of put these over here to the side. I brought along a slew of washi tape stickers. These are some washi tape sticker packs I got on Temu recently. Well, not a couple months ago maybe. So I brought those along. I also brought a couple paper pads from Temu that I may end up using. Some washi tape, another paper pad from Temu. And then these are actual business card sizes. I like these. Are not that bright, but I thought it would be neat to see what the washi tape or washi tape stickers might do to them as well. So I have those here. I also, let's see what else I brought along here. That's for gluing purposes. So something, if you're going to use a glue stick, something to help press things down if you end up needing to glue something. I know these washi stickers will probably be just fine because they are recent. If they seem to not stick right, I may pull out my glue stick. I do have a quickie glue pen that I'm only going to be gluing some small things with, so I thought I might be able to use that to use it up. And I have a couple markers here that I might end up using as well. So now that I told you everything I got here, these are some of the labels I found. I'll never use these as they are. Like this one here, be yourself, it's just living a good life. Never use those. So I've got a couple different ideas that I'm going to try for them as well. I'm going to save those for last and do several of these tags and envelopes first. So I think I'm just going to start with laying some tags out here. Let's try one of each color. How does that sound? There's a green, a red, a green, a blue, and orange. And I think the other color I have is this peach color, which really isn't too horribly, oh, peach and yellow. No, another color. But I'm still going to, try it with them as well. And here's a yellow. Now, I like these here. However, if you go to put stickers on them, it's going to be really hard to put your stickers over top of that hole. So I think what I'm going to do is, when I find something I can use here, let me grab something here that's not too far off that I can use to get these off of here. And I'll show you what I'm going to do. I will be back in just a moment. You're going to see my floor for a minute because I'm going to back up here and try to reach something else. Wait a minute, maybe I have, you know what, I think I'll just use my scissors. That'll work. I just need some kind of a blade, and I didn't have one of my blades with me, but I have these little fussy cut scissors. So let me see if I can just use my scissors to take these off. And if they come off okay, I'll save them and glue them back on. However, if they don't, I'll just get me some more hole reinforcers, and I've got several of those I can put back on. So for video purposes, I will do this on both sides. But because it's taking me a little bit here to get that one off, let me try another yellow one. Maybe it'll come off easier. Who knows? The yellow ones don't really seem to want to come off very well. Let's try another one, see if I can get it off easier. If not, I may go offline here for a minute and get these off, and then I will be back. Which, I think that's what I'll do. Give me just a minute here, and I will be back shortly. So I'm going to pause the video here, and I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I got one of my, oh man, I made my tray super crooked here somehow. Get my tray balanced out better again here, so things don't go sliding on me. Here we go. All right, I got it. I'm just using a blade, and I'm just gonna, I just have lifted it up here, and I'm taking it off there, and then I will, once I put the washi tape stickers on there, I'll punch those off, and that way, and put new ones back on. I have some brown hole reinforcers that I could use. So let me try taking a couple of these off here, and I'll get started. Always be careful. Don't use a blade like I do. I'm not always great with using blades, but this is the one I had handy. So I'm just kind of slipping it under enough to get most of it off. If it doesn't all come off, as long as my stickers will stay on there good, I don't really mind that there's some brown still on here. It's not really the brown I'm worried about. It's because they're raised up. So if you have, if you're trying to cover up the color on some things and they have the raised hole reinforcers, this, you know, thank goodness I just poked my hand twice, but I didn't. The end of the blade is kind of, the very end is dull, but the blade itself isn't. So let's see. I think this will be good so we can at least see how well it's going to work. And then when I punch and put new hole reinforcers over top of it, it'll be okay. All right, I tried my scissors. They didn't work very well, so I'm going to lay them aside. And then this is the only thing, the envelopes and the bookmark tags. I'm going to guess if it works on the little tags, it'll work on the other items as well. We'll try to get as many of them done as I can get done in this video without it going over my 30-45 minutes. I don't like my videos to be any longer than the 45 minutes. Though I try to shoot for 30, I just don't always make it, guys, because it takes me a while to do these kinds of things. That just took part of that off, but again, I think it'll be fine for what we're doing here. I'm not saving them because I'll put others on later on. But when you're going to cover something up, it's a little hard to do it if you got that extra level of paper on there, and these are kind of raised up a bit, causing that. All right, that one is going to come off really good. This is ideally how they should come off, and maybe if my blade were a little sharper on the point, they would. So, all right, there we go. Got these off. So I'm just going to not really think too much about it. Pick some of these stickers over here that some of them are already look like they've been collaged. So hopefully the backs of them come off easy. I'm not sure how see-through they are, so let's just give it a shot and see what works. I'm going to use this one on the bright green. It's not that see-through, so I'm just going to stick it down on here. It'll cover up that much, and then I can just take my scissors and fussy cut here and get another little piece that I can match into the top. Be real careful to trim the sticker and not so much the tag. And then I'll have some good backgrounds that will just need some decorating. So today I just want to, you know, get these covered up, and we'll go from there. I'll decorate them as I put them in the journal, or I might just do a day where I do nothing but decorate my tags. So for now, I'm just going to put some washi stickers down. And again, I'm just going to do the one side so you'll be able to see the difference in them when I show you. Not even going to bother to ink today because it's just mainly trying to get these stickers disguised and the labels, words disguised is all I want to do today. So I'm having trouble cutting straight today for some reason. You know, as with everyone, some days are better than others. Some days you get in that craft room and what you want to do just goes really simple, and other days, no matter what you touch, everything falls apart. It just kind of happens that way sometimes. So let's see here. Okay. I just got these scissors not long ago, and they're still a little tight, and I think that's what's keeping me from cutting too. Okay, so that's what I have so far. I like that train on there. Let me see if I can get another sticker that's very similar in color that I can just cut and use the top. That one's foreign language, so I really don't want to stick foreign languages on with. There's another foreign language one. Let's see. I'm really not seeing something that looks similar. It's popping out to me. So let's see. Here we go. This one I think will be okay. And I think what I'm going to do... Oh, I got two here. Don't think I need them both. I think what I'm going to do here is just cut the top off of this and use it. I think, yeah, that will work perfect for the top of this sticker. And then I can use the rest of it somewhere else. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's my stickers that are giving me issues the more I cut here. All right, so let's get this started. If you have your little pointy thing out, which I don't happen to have at the moment, so I'm going to try to do this with my craft knife without. That's not going to work. Let me just try folding it. There we go. That always works. If you just fold it, sometimes you can get them started without bending your stickers and causing you too much problem. There we go. So I'm just going to add this to the top. And then I will punch it at a later time. But then that will be, I'll cut it out again from the other side, and I will punch it. Likely when I do my punching, I will probably put something behind it because that will be sticky there, and the sticky will probably get stuck in my hole punch if I don't back it with something, so that it shouldn't jam it up or cause me any problems if I back it with something. So there we go. That one is the green one. So let's see here. I've got some more here that I thought I can use some of these lighter colored ones on. So I'm going to try to find a couple lighter ones that are real similar. Here is, these are kind of all very similar. Here's a Telegraph Daily News, so maybe we can use that on the top of one and then cut something off of this piece here, one of these other pieces to go at the bottom. So let's try, there's that one is done. We'll lay him over here to the side. Let's try the Telegraph Daily News, and let's put it here on this blue one and see. That one's a side one, so I probably, if I use one of these side ones, I would probably turn it the sideways, because in fact I may just, these would probably go well together, and I may just end up using that with this one. As you can see, I changed my mind as I'm doing things here. I say one thing and then I turn around and do something else. So let me try to make a little pile of my trashies over here on the edge, or that way I can throw them all away when I'm done. And I think on this one, I'm going to go ahead and put the Daily Telegraph News up here at the very top. And I'm going to put it, if I can, try to line up the top and the left edge as best I can. There we go. Then I'm not cutting as much off of the sides. So I got that on there. And then, I don't know, I'm still going back to one of these pieces here that are sideways that to use to fill in the bottom part. So I think what I'll do is just eyeball it here, put this on, and then cut off however much I need. I'm just kind of going below the ticket here and guessing, and then I'll trim it once I get it on there. And you could use a knife to trim these if you wanted. Cutters probably wouldn't work very well because of your stickiness on the back of your stickers. However, alrighty. And so you cannot even see any color under those, and if you match up your edges real good, you'll never even know that it's, I don't know, if you look carefully you'll know it's two different stickers, but if they're matched up good, when you decorate it up, you'll probably never even tell that it's different. So this makes for a lot less cutting when you try to even up your sides as best you can. And if you angle your scissors a little bit, it makes cutting in to your card, well, it prevents you from actually cutting the card to where you're only cutting the sticker. And all I'm doing is just angling my scissors just a little bit. Let me show you. Instead of cutting straight up like this, I'm angling them a little bit. So it kind of lets you get in there and get that edge a little better. That's not quite lined up great. I don't line things up so perfect. And when you do things like this too, you want to take some acetone or alcohol and clean that sticky off of your scissors when you're done before you use it on other papers and things. So that's probably what I'll do. I don't, some people keep a separate and call them their sticky scissors. I don't have a pair of scissors that I call my sticky scissors because I just end up using what's I have and what's available to me. So I've used sticky scissors in the past, but sometimes they're on another tray or in another place, and it's not always easy to get to them, which is why I'm trying to get the craft room cleaned and organized. So baby steps, baby steps. That's all we can do, right? If I get it done by the end of the year, I'm going to be on. There's another finished tag ready for decorating. So I'm going to go ahead and skip along to one of my fluorescent bookmarks over here. So we can, I can show you how I would do one of these. We'll use a fluorescent yellow because it seems very, very, very bright. So let's see here what I've got. I think I'm just going to pick out a variety of kind of similar ones. And I am just going to basically collage with the stickers. Again, I don't think I stuck those down real well, so I want to make sure they're good and pressed down. And again, if your stickers aren't sticking well, then use some glue on the back. All right. So, oh, this one's more washi tape type thickness. Not quite as, these are a little more see-through. So let's see if they make a difference on the bright fluorescent yellow. And I'm just going to randomly, I want to make sure I get it to that corner. I'm just going to randomly put these down and kind of collage it. That does pretty good covering up that bright color. So I'm just going to collage, and I want to use I don't want to use the thicker stickers here. I want to use these thinner ones. I can kind of tell because they're a little bit smaller. So I'm going to use these because they are more the washi tape and not quite as thick as the other pieces. So let's see, we'll put this one down like that. And you're going to see how it overlaps a little bit, but I'm okay with that because that's what collaging is overlapping of items with other things. So again, let me put those over there. And we'll do one of these, and I'll do one of the bright envelopes, and we'll call that a done, and I'll finish the rest of them maybe offline and show you what I've got. Oh, did you see what I did there? You probably caught that for me. If they're easy enough for you to pull back up, I'm going to put that down because I don't want to miss that little corner there. There we go. Do it like that. That's good. Okay, let's see what else we got here. I think these little stickers will work just fine covering on the tags. And I won't even have to layer them on one of these tags. In fact, when I finish this, we'll do one of those as well. So, all right, we're just going to press this down. And just work our way up this tag. Only trying to, I'm only going to overlap when necessary. So I don't want a lot of the overlapping darkness. That's not bad. I'm pretty happy with that. See what else I've got up here. Oh, that says Merry Christmas, Whitman. So I don't think I want to use Merry Christmas on this one. So we'll skip that and I'll go to the next. These are just some advertisement washi tape stickers. Just a bunch of random things, as you can see while I'm putting them down. Really nothing. Oh, look there. That covered up the end of that. So, again, I'm just going to turn it over. So we went from that to that. Not bad. It kind of looks a little messy until you get your washi tape cut off around it. This is probably going to be a lot easier than those others to cut because these stickers are a little bit on the thinner side. So let's see here. Maybe I can get them cut without cutting the bookmark. Yeah, these are actually cutting easier, a lot easier than the other one. You gotta be careful. It is harder on this because these bookmarks are a little bit thinner than those tags, and I just don't want to cut through them. So how's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's in their craft room working on something. Don't let your fear get in the way of you making something, even if you just get in there and make a few tags, or, you know, so what if you haven't made a journal? Make a few journal cards and tags, and when you get that journal started, then you'll have cards and tags to put in it. You can use things you have around the house. You can use your junk mail, magazines. I mean, junk journals, the reason they're called junk journals is because you can make them out of anything. Digitals are nice, but you don't have to use digitals. You can use any kind of paper, recycled paper, old school papers, old artwork of your children, anything, ledgers, calendars, old calendars. If you don't have anything like that around and you're not someone to hold on to papery things, you can visit your local Dollar Tree and get all kinds of, they have tickets, receipts, all kinds of stuff like that that you could, I'm sure there's a budget book or two and a few other books there. If you just play around, find out what you like before you spend a lot of money on your items, because then if you get things and that's, you find out, oh, that's not my style, then you're stuck with a bunch of things that you purchased that you're never going to use. So I have some new items from Temu, but I also have a bunch of old paper scrapping things that I have hanging out in my craft room that I'm trying to use up, where I used to make cards, or I bought things to make cards. My husband used to tell me that my hobby was just collecting craft supplies. I'm going to come at that the other way. It's easier, I think, than if you try to turn into these little tiny places. So I'll hit that from the other direction. I think it's easier that way. I'll show you what I mean here momentarily. Once I get this side cut good. And then if you need to, once you do your cutting, if you need to take your edges and go back in and finish up your edges, you can do that. So I'm just going to turn it this way, and now when I cut down into those corners again, that little piece will come right off there. That's how I do it when I'm fussy cutting, although it is a lot harder to cut along the edge of something when you're cutting from this direction. So I'm just going to try to get what I can off there. That washi tape's wanting to stick to everything, so we'll just stick it to my fingers here and do that. The other thing you could do probably, I don't know, but I'm guessing you could probably sand off these corners, and if I had one of my little sanding things nearby, it's probably what I do right now. So let's see, it just didn't work out the way I planned here. And I hate to waste a bunch of time cutting, so let me try evening this up as much as possible here, and I will come back and do a better job when I'm done with my video showing you all. I know you don't want to sit there and watch me cut out washi tape from around these tags and papers. So, all right. So, we went from this to that, which will be so much easier to use as a base for something in a journal. And here where it's overlapped and has those different colors, by the time this tag is decorated up, you put a focal point on there, you'll never notice those darker spots. So I'm good with that. So I'm going to put that over here to the side and call that one done. Trying to keep track of what's done and what's trash here on my tray because I just don't have lots of room. So let's take one of these envelopes and try to do some of these, only this time I'm going to try to do it more like a puzzle and kind of try to line up my edges a little bit. Probably when I would go, oh, here's some pretty floral ones. Those would look really cool with an envelope underneath. So let me sort out a few of the floral washi tape ones. Looks like there's enough here that I can use these to cover this one envelope here. Oh, more flowers. Ah, lots more flowers. Yeah, I got plenty of, so I can match up some yellow and orange colors probably better here than, of course, again, I don't want a Merry Christmas on here, so I'll probably not use the Merry Christmas one. I think with the background I'll use, oh, there's maps. Those would be cool on one. But I think with the bright yellow, here's some with yellow in it. I'm going to stick with some of the yellowy stickers. Now look at that. That is, can you tell that's a book page? And it has a spine, but it also has the flowers on it. That's really different. Pretty cool, if you ask me. All right, there's a yellow one. That one's not flowers, so let's put it back over there. And I think I'll get the ones mainly with the yellow bases, yellow or green, to use on the yellow envelope. And I don't think the way I'm going to line these up, it'll take too many of them. And I'll show you here what I mean as soon as I get me a few more matching stickers. Oh, there's some nice apples. That would be pretty on the yellow. That would be pretty on yellow. Some more yellow flowers. Oh, I might just take those oranges out because I think I have enough yellow-based flowers to use here. So let's see what else I got. Yellow. No orange, just yellow. No orange. Oh, I got some exciting news, folks. My niece, who I mentioned online before, had been pregnant with twins. She delivered her twins today. Both mommy and babies are doing just fine. Okay, I may go ahead and use that one if I need to. So let's see. Let's pull out the orange. And I'll leave them on top there just in the event that I need a little bit more. And that's got enough yellow in it, that one. Oh, I need to pull you guys down a little bit. Sorry about that. Didn't realize I was off frame as much as I was. All right. So for these, I am just going to try to get the sticky off my hands. That's what I'm going to do. Lay these down, but I want to do it in a way that we're not going to overlap any stickers. But I don't want to just lay them squared off either. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lay them in different directions, but I'm going to go ahead and open the envelope up. I'm not going to lay them all straight. I'm going to make them, we'll leave them off the page slightly so I can cut them and trim them. Oh, that will be really cool looking with that yellow background. So let's see, I want all of this one, so I'm going to put it right here in the middle front and put him like that. If I can fold it over the edges, when I get to the bottom and sides, I'll do that. I don't want to do that on the top. I'll figure out something else. I'll probably line it with book page or something when I go to use it. I'm not going to do anything like that now. Now I just simply want to get these down here good. So let's see. I want to put this where I can get all of it on here. and just barely overlap edges if I need to, because I'm not, that one you can't hardly tell it's overlapped, so I'm good with that. Okay, let's see what else I got here. Now I'm going to go ahead and do this piece right here so I can show you how I fold it. I'm going to fold it over, and I'll fold it over and use part of this sticker then on the other side. So I don't want it to be exactly, so I'm just going to put a little bit here. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to take that piece and I'm just going to fold it over and flatten it down on the other side. So that's what I will have there on the other side. And then we'll cut this piece off because I don't want to wrap it around again. Here's where it's going to get a little tricky, folks. We might have to cut some smaller pieces of tape. In fact, wonder if the little corner I just snipped will fit here on this little corner and take care of it. We'll give it a shot. I don't know if that's the one I just snipped or if it's snipped off of somewhere else, but it's going on there. And hopefully it'll stay on there when I use it. If not, I will glue it on. So I'm just going to trim it a little bit, and then I'm going to really burnish it down so that it'll stay there. Just use my fingernail and kind of really push it in there, because that's what it takes a lot of times when you're working with glues and papers and stickers. All right, what do we got here? Just 3 more yellow, all yellow ones. So let's see, I think we may end up going back up here and pulling a 1 or 2 from here. Here we go. I've got these apples, so let's use the apples since they're pure yellow here. We'll finish this envelope, and I will probably call it done and show you what we've got, and I'll finish the rest of them probably off camera because I'm sure it will be boring after a while. All right, so now I've got this situation here. I don't want to overlap, so I don't want to put that there because I don't want to overlap it. I'm going to use this one right here. It'll cover a lot more territory and I won't have to overlap. I'd rather use pieces if I'm going to have to do that. So let's see, if I fold both of those over, that'll take care of that. Now this is what I have. So let's see. I think I'll cut this one. No, it's hard, folks. It really is hard to decide what to do when you're doing. Let's try this. Let's put this one here, and I think it'll wrap around to cover a little more territory. But this is how you can get rid of the brighter colors, by covering them with all different kinds of washi tapes. I think we didn't get to the little labels that say things I don't really want in journals, so I think what I'll do is finish these up off camera, and I'll bring you back in my next video that I do. I will show you these, and I will show you in that video we will okay, now here, I'm going to have to be cautious in cutting this because I want to conserve this piece that I'm cutting and reuse it somewhere else on this envelope. So I'm going to stick it down, and then I'm going to come along here and try to cut it as close to this edge as I can, but I also don't want that sticker to end up sticking down here. So maybe if I come around on this side and approach it from this side. That one's already folded up on there a little bit, so let me cut that. That way it's not stuck down there. And then I'm gonna come along here, and I can cut it better once I get the bulk out of here. I just left a tiny little bit there. I suppose I could tear it, but there we go. And then I've got that edge that I could come back and trim as I trim out the envelope. The other way I could have done this also is open the whole envelope up. I didn't do it that way. So I'm going to just try to fill in there with this piece, because you really won't be able to tell it's part of the other sticker here. And it's going to overlap just a little bit on the bottom, and I'm okay with that. I don't really care. I'm just going to fold that piece on over so it'll cover up some more on the back. All right. Now I have just a little bit more here to do. So let's see where we can get the most out of this sticker. Actually, that would be perfect to go right here. Somehow right here to cover most of this up here. And it will overlap a bit, but let's see how that will go. Or I could put it here and overlap it onto the other side. Let's try that. Oh, this one's going to be stubborn. There we go. I was going to say he's going to be a little stubborn and not come off there very well. Let's see how I could do this. Let's do that like that. Then I'm going to, instead of folding, you know what? Actually, I'm going to go ahead and fold that over. That covers a good bit of this back. And then I only have to cut off the corner here that I can cut off and then come along and trim up better afterwards, after the video here. So that's what I would do there. Then I've got this corner piece. You know what? That actually was a good cut. So I've got this corner piece. Let me see if it will work right here, which I'm thinking it will. I can use it right here. Let's see. It's the only corner I have on that piece. So let's see if I turn it just a bit. Yeah, if I turn it just a little bit and do that, that'll cover that corner and cover the whole thing. And then I can trim off these little bits here instead of wrapping them around. You know what? Look at this. I put that little added piece here. I don't need it. So, because this is going to wrap around there. So, you know what? I'm just going to put it right over top of it. Right like that. That little corner be just fine like that. And then that'll help reinforce that little piece I stuck in there. And I'm going to trim off this piece here. All right, so I got that now. I have this big section on the back here. Before I put another one down, I'm going to trim this other side out carefully that I said I would do later, but I think it'll be harder to get my scissors in there if I don't go ahead and trim these out now. All right, let's see. Actually, this long piece that I just trimmed off, I think will fit perfectly in this little section here, and it'll take care of that little sliver that I have. So let me try cutting this off and putting this right here and trimming it here so that won't go over it as much, and then trim off the little corner piece here without cutting the corner off my envelope. All right, so now I have that. Just pushing down the ends, pushing that down real good. And I think I really only need one more, so see if I have something that's neutrally, you know, here this one has the oranges and yellows, so I think that would look really cool here. And I probably can take some extra trims here off of it that I can use to cover up that corner piece there when I put this down. So let's see here. It is going to overlap more on the back, just the way it's going to be, I guess. And then I'll probably likely line the inside with some thin book page or thin paper of some kind that I have. All right. I'm going to bring this over this way as much as I can, but overlapping it as little as possible, but covering as much yellow as I can as well here. So let's see, I need to angle that just a little differently. Hopefully I can get that. Just took that. There we go. Well, that leaves me two little corners to cover. And if I trim this sticker where it's overlapping, I will have enough to cover the two corners. So I'm going to try cutting this a bit to get the little strip that will be used to cover the two corners that's going to be lacking coverage. Let's see. It's hard for you all to see, but I'm just trying to slip my scissors in and just snip. These scissors are really hard to snip with because they're new. But the more I use them, the easier it'll get. So let's see if I can snip it that way. Yeah, much better. Then I can take this little snippet that I just snipped off and cover that little yellow piece there. There, that's covered without any issue. And if you're worried about this coming off, you can always, if your washi tape stickers or washi tape's not sticking on, you can also go back and cover it with some Mod Podge or some kind of sealer that you might have. Okay, and then this piece should be the right size to cover this little section because it's not going to take much. Next time I may just take these apart because I think it would be a lot easier to get them to cover things up. So there we go. All right, so now we have this. So we've got this envelope that we covered. Oh, looky there, we missed the whole place. Guess we need to put something up there, don't we? Let's get that here. Wow, just not quite going as planned. So I think I'm just going to cut this baby in half and use half on one section and half on the other. So if you're new to my channel, please like, subscribe, and share my videos. Help me get to that 100 mark. I'm working my way there, and I've got a journal just sitting and waiting to be given away to when I hit 100. I'm going to put all of my subscribers' names in a drawing, and as soon as and draw out the winner who will get that just as soon as I get to that 100 mark. So please, if you're not subscribed, help me get there. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I got a little piece that's coming up there, so I'm going to try sticking it down just a wee bit better. And see, sometimes if you don't really give it a push down, it doesn't work. So it doesn't stay well, I should say. I can always add glue to it, and I'm going to go ahead and overlap right there. Otherwise, I will have that itsy bitsy little corner to cover. So I will trim that off, but let's look at what we've got done now. We've got that envelope. We've got this tag. And again, we could have trimmed these, but I'm not going to. And then I have these two tags. So we have unbrightened several things I have here. And if you have ephemera like these, you can simply cover them with a piece of washi tape that you like, or that coordinates, or a piece of a sticker that coordinates. And that's what I'm going to do here with these. Like this is number 3, start all over again. I'll never use number 3, start all over again. I would use the number 3, but not the start all over again. So more than likely, I will use some of my stickers that I have here and just come back, the thicker ones, and just cover that up. So for example, let me find a sticker here real quick and show you what I'm meaning. I don't want to use the word rheumatism on there, so let's find, those are all trash here. Let's find one of my thicker stickers that I didn't use. So I can cut out a little piece and just put that up there. Ah, there's a Hogwarts School increases security. Let's see. Here's one that has some more ads. You know what? Just not finding what I want. Rifle through some more here and see what I come up with. You know, I think I'm just going to take the daily profit here, and I'll show you what I'm meaning. And we'll see if it works as well. This is the thicker stickers. So I'm just going to cut here where it says the daily profit off the top. And I'm going to add it to this label here so you can see what I mean. And I don't even need the part that says profit on it. I'm just going to cut off the daily here. And I don't think it's going to be enough for there, but I think it'll go great right there to cover up that word. You know, there's nothing wrong with the word freedom. I just don't see it fitting into one of my junk journals. So I'm just going to put the word daily here and just cover that right up with that. So there, now that piece, you know, can be usable somewhere. And let's see, for the start over again, I think I will just cut a random little bit from the bottom on one of these. That will work. In fact, I think I'll just cut me a thin piece here from the very bottom, and I'll put it across that, just enough to cover up what's on there. We'll cut the corner out here and use it, I think. I don't know, it's so tiny I couldn't begin to tell you what it says. Unless I would really, really look at it closely. And there we go. It's close enough for me. And hopefully it's going to fit. Yeah, that'll work fine, putting a piece of that there. So that's what I'm going to do. So I guess the point is, when you have pieces that you don't want to use, an ephemera you don't want to use, it's either too bright or has the wrong words on it, all you got to do is get in there and use something to cover it up, to mask it. Either some different kinds of washi tape, or you can use other word sticker words and just glue it down. So I've got that, and I did this. Again, we buried these here. This one, and this tag, and that tag. So we went from that to that, that to that, that to that, that bright yellow to this. And I'm even okay with that bright yellow in there, but should I not want it in the journal, I'll likely put a piece of paper down in here and cut it to size when I go to use this in a journal. But then I have that. So that's all I'm going to have time for today, folks. Went a little longer than I anticipated. So I will come back and show you some of these others that I get done off camera in my next video before I start the next project that I end up working on. And who knows what I'm going to find in this craft room to be able to use up with you next time. We still are going to go back to that little baby girl journal and finish that up. And then we're just going to work our way through some items in the craft room to just kind of use them up. So please like, share, subscribe if you've not done so already. And I'll see you next time, folks.